Ripon Channel Report for the weekend of June 18th. I'm Steve Prestegard. Another gold trophy is being added to the trophy cases at Ripon High School. The Tiger baseball team shut out Green Bay Notre Dame 8-0 and beat Spooner 12-2 in 6 innings to win the WIAA Division II Baseball Championship at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute on Thursday. The state title is Ripon's third in baseball and the second for Coach Dan Jonas.
It's surreal. It's always surreal. I think the manner in which we won was unique. We pitching wise, Michael almost topped Jordan. Would have been nice, I guess. The only regret, not a regret, but if Jordan would have got a no-hitter.
That 2 feet away, basically,
yeah,
from being a no-hitter.
But you know, that's okay. We won. But hitting wise, both games, especially the championship game, I shudder to think what our slugging percentage was. I know we had 3 home runs, probably three doubles. So it's quite special. I'm proud. I'm very proud.
We'll have more about the Tiger State Championship later in sports. The annual nationwide effort that raises hundreds of millions of dollars to fight cancer came to Ripon last weekend. Kenton Barber has more.
Last weekend, Ripon held its annual Relay for Life event. Relay for Life, often shortened to Relay, is a cancer fundraising event of the American Cancer Society. The main objective of Relay is to raise money for cancer research and cancer patients. The event also spreads cancer awareness, celebrates the life of survivors, and to remember those who have lost their lives to cancer. It also unites a community in the fight against cancer. Relay for Life 2011 started out with the national anthem sung by Jen Erickson, followed by guest speakers Steve Sorensen and Myra Meisels-Curhen.
My mother won the battle 6 years ago, and she's 6 years a survivor. Every single member of my immediate family has had cancer except me, and has lived through it for a while, but so far the advances in the healthcare is what really we're fighting for, and that's what this is all about. We've worked with cancer for the last 40 years in my family, and I've watched the advances, and when I think of how my mother was saved by a CyberKnife procedure that didn't exist 3 years ago, but saved her life 2 years ago, I know that the work of the American Cancer Society is all worth it.
The Survivor Lap took place after the guest speakers were finished.
Well, it's a good opportunity for the people in the community to help raise money for cancer research. So, and it's very social, it's lots of fun. It's kind of like a carnival for a cause, is what I call it. You know, you come at 5 o'clock and they have lots of food and lots of people that you know, and what other things? You know, you set up your tent and you know you're going to be here for majority of the evening, and it's a huge section of, you know, the Ripon, you know, culture. I mean, you've got middle school students, you've got high school students, you've got their parents, and so it's, I don't know, I just think that it's a really fun experience.
I think this is an incredible community-wide event, and supports those of us who have survived cancer. It helps us all think about those who are trying to survive right now, and of course gives us an opportunity to remember those who have passed away because of cancer. It's a great chance to get together with friends and teammates to celebrate survivors and the research that our scientists are doing in the medical profession every day to make a difference.
Well, I think I get most out of the fact that someday it may be me who has cancer, and I'll be able to look back and say, okay, well, I helped all these years. And even if it was just a little bit of money and I raised, you know, a relatively small amount, I think it really adds up. And then, I mean, if you look at the track record of American Cancer Association, they've funded a lot of really important research. So,
Relay for Life's slogan is Celebrate, Remember, Fight Back. The word remember is covered by the luminary ceremony. Most of the time, luminary bags are decorated by participants honoring a loved one who has passed or who is fighting the disease. The bags are placed around the track and candles are put in the bags before the luminary ceremony begins. Following the ceremony, participants walk a lap around the track in silence to give respect to those who have cancer and those who have lost their lives to cancer. Despite the weather, this year's event was another success. Reporting at Barlow Park, I'm Kenton Barber for the Ripon Channel.
The Ripon Relay for Life raised more than $80,000. That's $10,000 more than in 2010. The businesswoman who went from owning a downtown Ripon store to selling clothing on QVC has died.
Spread with
Yes.
Quacker Factory.
But this sweater, I wear it mostly in the pink and the orange just because
Look at
I'm a
this.
pink person. As I've gotten older, I feel I need more pink in my world.
When I give a QVC gift, I've shopped long and hard for people because I want it to be the perfect gift. And the gift that has been my choice for the last couple Christmases has been Lock and Lock. I absolutely love it. It has reorganized my entire world, and I think it is the best gift that anybody could receive.
Jean Bice was the co-owner of the Silent Woman store, which sold women's apparel and gifts. After the death of her husband in 1981, she began designing clothing. That led to the creation of the Quacker Factory clothing line, which topped $50 million in annual sales. Bice sold Quacker Factory clothing on QVC starting in 1995. She died of cancer in Boca Raton, Florida, June 10th at age 71. Memorials may be given to Feed the Children, www.feedthechildren.org. The Luther Olson recall election saga continues. The state senator from Ripon has not one but two Democratic opponents and briefly had a third. State Representative Fred Clark of Baraboo first announced he was running against Olson. Then Republican Rolled Church of Wautoma announced he was running as a Democrat against Clark. The third Democratic candidate who filed at Tuesday's deadline was Robert Forseth of Wapaka. WizPolitics.com reported that Forseth was a Democratic placeholder candidate, but the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported on Friday that the placeholder candidates now will not be running. The Democratic primary election will be held July 12th, and the recall election will be held August 9th, pending court challenges in Dane County Circuit Court in Madison. The Ripon Channel will cover the Luther Olson recall election whenever it is. The annual Badger Boys State held the inauguration of its governor on Thursday, and Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker came to the inauguration ceremony. He had good reason. His son Matt was elected governor of Badger Boys State. Governors or other major state officials traditionally speak to Badger Boys State at the inauguration ceremony. Scott Walker was a member of Badger Boys State himself in 1985. He was not, however, elected governor that year. In what may be another first, the governor was elected by protesters who opposed the state budget, weakening of public employee collective bargaining rights, and other legislation proposed or signed by Walker since he took office in January. Several homes were evacuated Thursday morning after a natural gas leak at the intersection of Watson Street and Watertown Street. The gas leak occurred while utility construction was being done on Watson Street. Homes on Watson, Watertown, Thorne Street, and Newberry Street were evacuated until mid-morning on Thursday. The annual Ripon College Alumni Weekend will be held next weekend. Classes with class years ending in 1 and 5 will be honored, including the classes of 1951, 1961, and 1986. The annual Red Hawks Scramble Golf Classic will be held at Lasonia in Green Lake next Friday. Also Friday will be mini college courses on the economics of professional sports, the history of courtesy, infant development, and using computers to study chemistry. 2 Ripon alumni are receiving Distinguished Alumni Awards, 1986 graduate Diane Weiss Bonnke and 1976 graduate Michelle Whitler, who is Ripon's Associate Dean of Faculty and Registrar. 2001 graduate Gail Gitchko will receive the Outstanding Young Alumni Award. The Green Lake Festival of Music will have a brass quartet performance Friday night, and the college's WRPN radio will celebrate its 50th anniversary with an open house Saturday afternoon. More information is available at www.ripon.edu/alumni. The Tour of America's Dairyland Bicycle Races is coming to Ripon on Wednesday. A 13.1-mile time trial will be the 7th stage of the 11-stage tour. Racers will start at the Storzer Center and bike south up Union Street toward Green Lake on County E and County KK. They'll come back into Ripon on Dartford Road, Liberty Street, Union Street, and Congress Street. Those roads will remain open to vehicle traffic during the races. The first racer will leave Wednesday morning at 9. The last will leave at 1. Racing is expected to be completed by 2. The tour started in Shorewood on Thursday. It'll be in Fond du Lac Friday before ending in Madison next Sunday. For more information, go to www.touramericasdairyland.com. In sports, there is no doubt who the best baseball team is in Division II. Ripon dominated on the mound and at the plate to win its third state baseball title at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute on Thursday. Ripon pitchers Jordan Jess and Michael Polzin combined to give up 1 earned run in 13 innings pitched, with a combined 20 strikeouts and just 3 walks. The Tigers scored 20 runs in the 2 state games. They shut out Green Bay Notre Dame 8-0 and then defeated Spooner 12-2 in 6 innings. Jess Polzin and seniors Jesse Ehrenberg and Ben Wetzel combined for 15 hits, 13 runs scored, and 11 RBI with 3 home runs in the state championship game. That group, by the way, is the core of the Ripon Green Lake American Legion baseball team. Post 43 opened its season by sweeping Berlin in a doubleheader Saturday, 8-0 and 10-4. Ripon will host Fond du Lac Tuesday at 6:35 at Barlow Park. And 3 Ripon high school coaches are hanging up their whistles. Boys tennis coach Tony Wagner is retiring as a teacher and a coach. Wrestling coach Mark Bradley and track coach Jason Duffy are resigning after 11 seasons each of coaching. Bradley's teams won 4 consecutive conference wrestling titles and sent wrestlers to 10 consecutive state tournaments. That includes Blake Romer, who won a state title back in 2006. Duffy coached the Tigers to the 2006 State Division II boys track title. He also coached 8 individual state track and field champions. The Ripon Channel forecast, and you may notice a theme here. For Monday, mostly cloudy and a 50% chance of showers or thunderstorms, high of 77, east winds 5 to 10. Monday night, cloudy and a 70% chance of showers or thunderstorms, low of 62, and east winds 5 to 10. For Tuesday, cloudy and a 60% chance of showers or thunderstorms, a high of 78 and a low of 63. Winds southeast at 5 to 10, shifting to the south at 10 miles per hour. For Wednesday, mostly cloudy and a 50% chance of showers or thunderstorms, high of 71, south winds at 10 to 15. Wednesday night, cloudy and a 40% chance of showers, low of 58 and west winds at 10. For Thursday, cloudy and a 40% chance of showers, high of 65. And for Thursday night, mostly cloudy and a 30% chance of showers and a low of 55. That is the Ripon Channel Report. I'm Steve Prestegard. Thank you for joining us.